have a program today about youth exchange, and so I've asked Lauren to come and talk to the club today for a few minutes, and I'll talk a little bit after, and then Rachel might want to say a few things as well today. But we are sponsoring a youth exchange student this next year to Germany and from Germany. So our student, I don't know when our student arrives, probably sometime in August, I guess.
August
11th? Okay. So our student will arrive August 11th, is staying at first with Janice, and I think that's the same day you...
August 6th.
Oh, you leave August 6th, okay, to go to Germany. So anyway, so I'm going to have Lauren come and talk a little bit about herself, and then I'll talk a little bit... Oh, sorry. And Denise Pitts, her mom is also here. Anyway, I'll let you talk about yourself. Do you want to do the...
Yeah.
Set that up real quick? Okay.
Just PowerPoint. Make things more interesting.
Yeah, while she's setting that up, I looked up a couple of things about youth exchange that I couldn't remember. Youth exchange started with the Rotary Club in 1929 with the club in Copenhagen. So that was the first exchange, and then it's really grown since then. Right now, there's over 9,000 Rotary Youth Exchange students around the world, and I can't remember. Do you remember how many countries we're in right now? I can't remember now. But anyway, over 9,000 students. And I do really think it's the best way to promote world peace, because if you go and you live in a different country, that's the best way to really understand that culture, whether you do short term or long term. They're both extremely beneficial.
Just signing into
She was talking about the youth exchange program through Rotary, and I just wanted to add that a lot of people don't realize that 80% of the students that go out on youth exchange from the United States are Rotary youth exchange students. And so that's really something to be proud of, and it's a big impact that we're making. I mean, as far as world peace, can you think of a better way to make such a huge change than to take someone who's young and impressionable and give them an awesome experience in a foreign country, and to take their counterpart here and have them make that impression on the people who are here as well. I mean, really, what a wonderful idea conceptually, and thank you so much to all of those families, because I really feel like this is a huge impact, and I can't think of any better way to make that kind of a...
And I think for Rachel and I both, we were both exchange students a long time ago, not quite so long for you. But it changed my life forever. I'll say that easily, it changed my life. And the people that I met 30-something years ago, I'm still friends with. Last month I was back in Germany, and I met with several of my classmates who all drove into the town that I used to live in to see me. I saw both my host moms, saw other friends that I knew, and it's connections that you'll make for a lifetime.
All right. Actually, I have no idea if this is going to be Oh, but it's going to show my notes.
Yeah, that's okay.
You sure?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, that's fine. Just make it neat. Sorry.
You can minimize it, can't you? Yeah, we can minimize it. There you go.
Yeah. Well, we'll roll without the notes. Okay. Hi, I'm Lauren Pitts. Just want to say thank you for welcoming me here today and for sponsoring me for this next year. It's really an amazing opportunity, and so today I just wanted to share a little bit about myself and why I'm going to be excited to be going to Germany. So this is my family. It's my dad, Brian Pitts. He works as Director of Technology for Longview Independent School District. He was born and raised in Virginia, but my mom dragged him to Texas. So obviously, that's my mom, sitting right there. Denise Pitts, she teaches at Christian Heritage School, which is actually the school I graduated from this May. So So she was my math and science teacher for the last 3 years. And it was awesome. We actually scared a lot of students by saying the same thing at the same time. I remember the first day we had class, we said something just exactly the same, and all of my classmates looked at me like, oh boy, this is going to be a long 3 years. It's fun for us though. That's my older brother, Nicholas Pitts. He is a current sophomore at Texas A&M University in the engineering department, which is actually where I plan on attending after this. So, and that is my younger sister, Natalie. She is a sophomore in high school. So my family is just excited for me to be going. Obviously, a little bit sad that I'm going as well, but they're on board, which is good. Yeah, not only do I enjoy a really close relationship with my immediate family, but also with my extended family as well. I have both sets of grandparents living here in Longview and 3 of my aunts, actually. One who was my middle school math teacher, which was fun. This is a picture of us, the cousins, us growing up. Since we all live so close, we practically grew up as siblings, so it's really neat to have that kind of relationship. This other picture is actually of all the cousins at what we call a Nana party at in our family. We have a lot of Christmas traditions, but this one is my favorite. Basically, it's just a Christmas party, but every year my Nana comes up with a unique theme and keeps it a secret from the grandkids until the day of when we try and guess it. It's a fun tradition. Also, not pictured here, but just wanted to talk about, part of my support group is my church that I've been going to since I was born, Longview Christian Church. And that part, being part of a group that I've grown up in, is super cool because I participated in Vacation Bible School there, and then over the years I got to help out with Vacation Bible School. So just things like that that really have made me who I am. Then my class, like I said, I graduated this May from Christian Heritage School with a class of 22. So it was a very small class, but we ended up getting really, really close because how can you not with 22 of you? I came in 2nd grade, and so we grew up together. It was just a really neat time to have those friends. And even besides activities like sports, fine arts, and all the hours at school, we liked to genuinely hang out with each other. We went and saw movies together. This picture actually is us two-stepping in Big Sandy in the dance hall there. Yeah, so it was just a great experience at Christian Heritage. While I was there at such a small school, I had the ability to play sports. And even though I'm not the tallest, I'm only average height, yet I was the tallest girl at our school. So playing volleyball was really fun. I got to play middle blocker, which is usually reserved for tall people. It was just really great to bond with the upperclassmen. When I was a freshman and sophomore, they mentored me. They taught me how to be really personable, and then so when I was a junior and senior, I got to help those timid freshmen with the same thing, which was really cool. Also, not pictured here, basketball. I was not so great at. My coach called it I wasn't aggressive enough for the sport. So I played just because at a small school, not a lot of girls wanted to play basketball, and I knew that my friends would not be able to play because we wouldn't have a team unless I played. So it's just something that I did to help serve my school. Also, my school had a really great theater and choir program, and so I participated. While I was hesitant to get into it because initially getting up in front of a big group of people scared me, but it's something that once my friends convinced me to get into it, I can face head on now, which I'm really, really grateful for. This past year, we put on a Disney dinner theater, which is that picture over there. we just did 4 little shows with singing and dancing from Frozen, Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, and Lion King. That was fun. This picture of me in the purple wig is from 3 years ago when we did the Broadway version of Mary Poppins. So that character was part of me, like just getting up and being really fun and eccentric, which was really nice. Other interests, yes, I love sports and fine arts, but also outdoors and hiking. This is a picture of me after a day hike in Virginia. Like I said, my dad grew up in Virginia, so we go there once every 2 to 3 years, and we just have this hike that we call my birthday hike because we go in July, which is when my birthday is, and it's just kind of a tradition. We have pictures of me as a 3-year-old toddling along the same trail, which, so hiking. And then also reading, love to read. My dad really was the one who taught me in that, so it's really great. I'm always happy finding a book in my hand. It's actually part of this whole kind of being outdoor and exploring, but also reading and being home is kind of what drew me into doing this Rotary thing. Junior year, I was told to write a paper about a personal narrative that changed my life, like some story, some part of myself that really defines who I am. And so I wrote about, when I was 7 years old, one of these road trips to Virginia. And I just remember feeling so excited, so exhilarated to go and see something new that me in 7 years of my life had never really experienced before, but also just the peace that comes with going home. And so I always knew that I wanted to explore and be out there, but also kind of a homebody, like to be home. So just stumbling upon this Rotary Youth Exchange within a month of writing that paper, it really was the Lord calling to me saying, yes, you should go out and explore the world, you should see the world before being home, you know, being in your comfort zone. So it was really cool, that experience. Getting into my exchange to Germany. These pictures are actually taken by Miss Felipe when she went to Germany to meet my host family, and she also was kind enough to take an extra bag that I had packed early to avoid airport fees, which was really nice. So yeah, that is Nienburg, the town that I'm going to in Lower Saxony. That picture over there is my school, which I'm excited about. Just excited about being in a place where I can walk to school, walk anywhere really without having to drive for 20 minutes. It's going to be a really great experience. But besides all that, some questions that I've had to ask myself and answer to my friends and family when they ask me why am I going to Germany for a year? What do I want to get out of my exchange? My goals? Really, I had to think through that. And I come up with 3 pretty solid reasons. Number 1, I want to learn German. It's pretty apparent, I do. I really enjoy learning languages in general. I took Latin up until middle school and Christian Heritage and Spanish through high school, and just really loved that experience. I chose German specifically because of the area of study that I want to pursue in college. The math and science field, I've heard German is a really great language to know going into that field, specifically with, I'm either doing chemical or biomedical engineering. So something like that, German really boosts that. Also, I told my host sister already when she asked me, I like the sound of German. It's a harder language to pronounce and everything, but I just really like saying the words. My current favorite word is actually the German word for sink. Becken. I don't know, I love saying it. It gets stuck in my head. It's just something I like saying.
Do you know the word for squirrel?
No.
Eichhornchen. Eichhornchen. Little acorn.
I love that. See, those are the things that like learning a different language. That's just little fun things. Like I don't even know how to pronounce that right now. I'm gonna have to practice that a lot. But once I learn it, it's gonna be stuck in my head for weeks. I'm just excited about things like that. So learning German. Number 2, I want to get to know myself better. I know that going to a different culture will really expand my worldview. And when you live in one culture your whole life, it's really easy to just be comfortable with who you are here. And I really want to know what part of me will remain the same when I leave everything I know and going to somewhere completely different. Like, what part of me is me and what part of me is the culture? And that's something that I will struggle with, but just learn who I am. And I'm excited about that. And the third is that the idea of building those bridges between cultures, really getting to understand somebody you've never understood before, that is just, I know that I want that. Because part of, just human empathy, you want to be able to understand and relate to people like that. And that's just really exciting to me. And even if it's not somebody from either German or American culture, I'll just be able to understand what cultural differences mean. And that's going to be really life-changing, and I think that's going to change the world. So yeah, that's what I got. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Any questions, Laura?
No questions?
I'm ready, bring it on.
Ready?
Only a comment. You're a very impressive young lady, and you will be a fantastic representative of Rotary.
I can't wait to hear your experiences coming back.
Right, yeah, you owe us a program a year from now, so.
Yeah.
You be sehr intelligent.
Yeah,
You be
probably.
sehr intelligent.
All right.
Thank you, Laura.
Oh, one thing I do want to say, did they tell you about the flags? Okay, so these flags, whenever you go visit a Rotary Club, you exchange banners.
Oh, that's fun.
So we're going to give you some banners from the Gilmer Club so that you can bring us banners from whatever clubs you happen to visit.
That's awesome. I saw some people with, they showed us their blazers. Mine's going to be covered by the time.
Oh, yeah, it will be.
But just, they showed me some of them and they had those on them, but they didn't really explain them. So that's fun.
Yeah, so every Rotary Club has its own banner.
All right.
Well, thank you, Lauren. I think everybody would agree you'll do just fine. You'll do just fine. Any other announcements from